Well, hello there. My name is Sometimes Heather and I make things. Today we are going to make a dress. So as you might know, I also make knit and crochet patterns. For showcasing knit and crochet sample pieces, I need a blank canvas dress. I made one in the past. It was skin toned and made with polyester, and that's why I don't like it anymore, and that is the reason why I need a new one. I have decided to make a new blank canvas dress with cotton jersey, the color of Heather's. How fitting, you say? So do I. So, I have a sketch all made out. I'm going to make this. Can you see this? So I'm going to make a long dress, fitted and long sleeved. And the sleeves are going to have a cute detail. The kind of detail where the sleeve actually continues over my hand a little bit. I think that's going to look really cute in pictures. So, let's get started. First thing we do, as always before sewing, we wash our fabric, especially cottons, because these things, they shrink in the first wash. So, I have already done that, so we can go straight to cutting. I have my fabric laid out. I have right sides facing each other to make sewing a bit easier. I have 1.5 meters of fabric, and since I am pretty short, it's going to be fine for a long dress. I'm going to be using my trusted top pattern. I sew everything using this pattern. This is the front piece, back piece, and a full sleeve. This I made perfect for my measurements, and it is optimized for stretchy fabrics. I'm going to pin my pattern pieces like so-ish. I'm hoping I have enough for a full sleeve, but if not, we are going for a short one, which I won't actually like. Well, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to finish pinning these and report back. Welcome back to the cutting room floor. I had to ask myself, what do I want more? The length or the sleeve detail? I chose sleeve detail. Instead of a long dress, I'm going to be getting a mid-calf length dress, which will actually be easier to style. So, next step is to cut. I have copied the side seam from a dress I made previously that has a perfect fit, and I wanted the same fit for this dress, so I'm going to cut the back piece first and then use the existing edge to create the same side shape for my front piece. And this is a bit how the sleeve detail is going to look, but I'm not going to cut it like this as I cut my sleeve, because I need to adjust the length and also the width of the cuff here. So now let's chop up our fabric and hope we don't mess up. Have I ever messed up? Have I? I have all my pieces cut. I even took the time to shape the neckline, which I ordinarily never do. And now I should start sewing from the center back seam. But sadly, Valkyrie needs food badly, so I'm going to take you into my kitchen and make an omelette. Now that I have nourished myself, I am no cap ready for a nap, but we must push on. I will start from the center back seam. I have, without telling you, put my dress together and also sewed the sleeves. I have used this sleeve that I am wearing to mark the length of the flap that goes over my hand and also the length of the sleeve that goes under my hand, right? So I will shape this like so. Let's bind and set and then go out because I'm getting a bit fed up with working. I thought I'd also show you how the point looks. It's rolling. I'll use elastic lace to bind the edges of the cuff and then attach a narrow elastic to loop around my finger to keep the tip in place. That turned out both cute and functional, although it did require a bit too much hand sewing for my taste. At this point, Sewing Heather decided to stop recording audio, so greetings from VoiceOver Heather. It is now time to try the dress on. I like the fit around the chest and the waist, but the hem is a bit wide around the hip and the back is in desperate need of shaping. At this point, the dress has a slight resemblance to Granny's nightie, but I do believe that these alterations will turn this into a cute dress. Let's get to it. Before taking the dress off, I marked the narrowest part of my waist with a safety pin. I will use that as a guideline to draw out the shape. I have done this exact thing dozens of times, so the curve of the seam comes from muscle memory. I will search that down and move on to the sides. Shaping the side seams takes a bit more concentration. The shape of the seam tilts out a bit too early, so I will tame the seams down, straightening them just a little bit. This alteration is less dramatic, but it will make all the difference. When I tried the dress on earlier, the hem was a little bit loose for my taste. I will still leave that as is for now. Changing too much without testing can lead to a disaster, trust me. I will sew the side seams too real quick and it's done! As I figured, the minor alterations to fit were enough to make this dress a perfect blank canvas. Now this feels really comfortable, the shape actually looks pretty good on me, and the only thing that's making me go is the length. This mid-calf hem does make me appear a bit frumpy, but when showcasing knit and crochet items I always wear heels. Shoes are enough to erase that slight case of frump, so I will leave the hem like this. And now, when I put on a black cardigan, you can actually see at least a little bit of the crochet fabric and the details of the garment. Well, perhaps I will need to be a bit closer to give you the best view. I hope you enjoyed this video. Next time, I will show you a few things I've made. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all later. Stay safe.